Buenas noches, gente. This is, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. We're bringing you a sixth game from the Copa Mundial of 1906. Today, the Vinotintos de Venezuela will visit the Sultanes, a regional team with an absolutely colossal catchment area. If you've been watching the games, you know the Soberanos played yesterday, basically, and they've got a pretty limited area that they're recruiting from on Friday when we stream in República Dominicana versus the Internacional. You will also see that's pretty much just Europe. The Sultanes and the Neptunes, who will be our last game, had to cast their nets far and wide for players, and as you can see, not too much effect. At every single hitting position, the Vinotintos have the advantage tonight. And if they thought that they would get some relief because at least the Venezuelans are starting Disibodo Bermudez, who I think is their number 3 pitcher, well, too bad. He's still better than the guys the Sultanes are sending out there, at least on paper. But we've seen how that can turn out. Attendance a little bit down today, lower than the last couple days we've seen. Certainly, Sultanes fans would have to come from a lot of different places. It's cloudy, wind is blowing out to center. Let's get down to the field. 3 other games will be going on. England and Cuba wasting no time on their rematch with lefty Grant against righty Valerio. Haiti will play Mexico, Ilongui, going for Haiti against the lefty Jairo Canseco, a recent Triple Crown winner in the Mexican leagues. And lastly, the aforementioned Internacional behind German pitcher Emil, I should say, Seidel. Interestingly, not the same guy as the sewer socialist who was the mayor of Milwaukee. Will play against the Welsh, who are headed by one Stephen Worsnop, which might be the most British name in the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña. Anyway, no sense delaying the inevitable. Let's get started here. The starting lineup for the visiting Vinotintos de Venezuela begins with batting leadoff and playing center field from the Timoneles de Puerto La Cruz, number 5, Marco Dueñas. Batting second, the shortstop from the Héroes de Guatire, number 16, Celedonio Torres. Batting third and playing right field from the Amargados de Angostura, number 12, Bonifacio Cacho. Batting fourth and playing left field from the Crepusculares de Barquisimeto, number 19, Inocente Chavez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from the Independientes de Maracaibo, number 16, Ramon Alvarez. Batting sixth and playing second base from the Héroes de Guatire, number 29, Gonzalo Marco. Batting seventh and playing first base from the Sultanes de Caracas, number 4, Ruben Sagastume. Batting eighth and catching from the Caballeros de Mérida, number 18, Diogenes Ramirez. And batting ninth and playing third base from the Amargados de Angostura, number 21, Baltasar Santos. And now the starting lineup for the Sultanes. Batting leadoff, the designated hitter from what is now Mali, and we will be using the names of the modern nations because, frankly, we're not going to honor the colonial powers here. But playing for the Canarios Atillo, number 30, Omar Diarra. Batting second and playing second base from Turkey, but currently playing for the Golondrinas de San Germán, number 22, Latif Kapkin. Batting third and playing first base from Morocco, we've got playing for the Acropolitanos de Manatí, number 4, Teferi Adel. Batting fourth, the shortstop from what is now the United Arab Emirates, but currently playing for the Calaveras de Michoacán, number 63, Basim Rafiq. Batting fifth and playing center field from Mauritius, but currently playing for the San Salvos de Morovis, number 39, Francois Sicard. Batting sixth and playing left field from what is now Burkina Faso. Number 24, Teshome Mkubwa. Batting 7th and playing third base from what is now Ghana. Number 91, currently playing for the Cuervos de Patillas. And I believe I forgot to mention that left fielder Mkubwa is currently playing for the Santos de Juntas. Once again, batting 7th, third base from what is now Ghana. Number 91, current Cuervo de Patilla, Kwame Mafole. Batting 8th and playing right field from what is now Shad. Number 3, currently playing for the Navegadores de Naguabo, Felix Buca. And batting 9th and catching from what is now Algeria, currently playing for the Jinetes de Jalisco and the Mexican leagues, number 12, Hisham Naji. Pitching tonight for the Sultanes from Qatar, but currently playing for the Corceles de Santa Isabel, number 9, Bulos Harun. Bulos Harun, a fastball, sinker, splitter, and cutter. Ground ball type of guy, had a meh season for Santa Isabel. He faces Marco Dueñas, who's 2-for-8. It's time for baseball here at Estadio Victor Nieves. A great day here. The wind blowing out the center. Marco Dueñas going after the first pitch, and that is immediate. Wasting no time. The Vinotintos are off. That's going to be down for extra bases. It's going to be a leadoff double for Dueñas, and he certainly becomes dueño of the field there. Harun, one pitch in and already in trouble after that cutter was hit hard. Now faces Celedonio Torres, who's 2-for-9. See if he can tool back down here, lock in against him. He seems to. He gets a pop-up to first base there. Adel chasing it down. He's got it. A fastball up and away for Celedonio Torres, and he couldn't quite bring the bat around on it. Here comes Cacho, the switch hitter. He's 3-for-7. He's been on base half the time. 3 runs batted in so far in this tournament. Comes up with a man on second and 1 out. On the 0-1 count, liner to center field, but it's caught. Sicard has it, demonstrating that excellent glove he's got out there, and that is out number 2. Here comes Inocente Chavez, 3-for-8 on the day with a run batted in, and so far the only Vinotinto to steal a base. Somehow, Harun might work his way out of this, and in rapid fashion. Chavez grounds out to short. Rafik has it, throws to first, and it's over. Venezuela gets the leadoff double, but that's all they're getting in the top of the first. And now pitching for them from the Timoneles de Puerto La Cruz, number 21, Disibolo Bermudez. The numbering on these teams is completely out of whack. There are 2 number 21s here. I believe there are also 2 number 16s, unless I missed my guess. Yeah, what are y'all doing? Here comes Omar Diarra, who is 2-for-6 so far in this tournament. Disibolo Bermudez. Let's see what he's got for us. We're looking at a fastball, curveball, changeup, and sinker. Had a pretty good season for Puerto La Cruz. Walked more guys than he struck out. That seemed oddly common in the Venezuelan league. Not sure what's up with that. Here comes Diarra on the 1-2 count. Hits that one hard right to the shortstop. Torres has it, throws over to first, and that is out number 1. 4-pitch at bat. He tries to smack that changeup inside, but can't quite get it. Latif Kapkin, who had a pretty good career in the minors. Fonsan Herman comes up. He's 2-for-8 with a ribby. 1 out, base is empty. And on the 0-1 count, Kapkin attempts a blooper, but boy, that is a disrespectful grab from Gonzalo Marco. He walks it over, puts his glove up, and just lets him know, hey, I've got it. That's the last chance for his ball club here in the bottom of the first. Here comes Teferi Adel, who is 5-for-10 with 4 runs batted in. He's actually done quite well this season for the Acropolitanos, one of their big bright lights on offense. Despite the fact that he only got to play in 97 games, and here he rolls right back out to Marco, who's got no problem retiring him at first base. A curveball that he grounded out on. We are through 1 inning. No score. You know, I remember once upon a time somebody getting incredibly mad about the idea that you would refer to a 0-0 as no score or a scoreless tie because 0-0 is a score. And what that proves to you is that baseball fans will find literally anything to argue about. In the top of the second, Ramon Alvarez, the designated hitter, 2 for 8, 4 runs batted in, will face Haroon, who's at 9 pitches. Over that first inning, he worked his way around that leadoff double, and he may have to work his way around another leadoff base hit. Not quite. Sicard has it, makes the catch, and that 1-1 fastball did its job. Alvarez extended to swing through it, couldn't put the wood on it, and he's out. Here comes Gonzalo Marco. Let's see what Haroon has to say to him. He's 3 for 9 with 2 runs batted in. The 0-1 count. Marco puts one up the middle. It's a 1-strike pitch, and he'll be on base after that. Fastball hit right back through the box, and they've got a man on. Here comes Ruben Sagastume for a first baseman, not doing so hot. He's only 1 for 8. He's got a runner on and 1 out, and here he lifts it into center field, but that is well within Francois Sicard's area. You know, he's called l'imprévu, the unforeseen. Morovis did not know what they were getting when he was in the Jeffrey McCarthy trade from the Navegadores. McCarthy, of course, was a big-time member of the Naguabo rotation for a couple of years there before he hit 30 and had to be released. And Sicard, on the other hand, has been excellent for Morovis. Here comes catcher Diogenes Ramirez. He's 3 for 6, 2 runs batted in, drawn a walk or two somewhere in there. 1-1 count. Ramirez hits that one, and it just makes it past Rafik at short. So Marco will advance to second, and we've got 2 on and 2 outs. That fastball was right in the sweet spot for Ramirez to line it, and here comes Baltasar Santos, currently leading the Vinotintos in batting average. He's 4 for 6 with 2 runs batted in, despite batting 9th. But here on the 2-2 count, he nails it to right field where Bucar has it. That's what Felix Bucar does. That's why they call him La Solucion. We are, despite 2 more hits, no further runs. Venezuela knocking on the door, but not being allowed in. Dismantled Bermudez, 8 pitches through that first inning. In the bottom of the second, he'll face Rafik, Sicard, and Mkubwa. Rafik has yet to get a hit, and here he draws a walk, a leadoff walk there for the shortstop. Not familiar with him as a runner, not much of one, but let's see. When you've got Diogenes Ramirez behind the plate, do you challenge the arm? You might challenge the arm. Here comes Sicard, who's 3 for 9. Man on first and no outs. Excellent at-bat from Rafik to get on base. He's already stolen a base in this tournament, and Sicard goes for the bunt. He'll be out at first, but Rafik runs to second, and here comes Mkubwa, who is 0 for 8. He's got it on base before. Let's see if he can do it via the bat this time. 1-2 count. Hits it into left field, and it lands. He's got his first hit of the tournament. And Rafik will run to third, so runners on the corners here on the Burkinabe man's big hit into left field. Kwame Mafole, the Abrumador, 2 for 5 in the tournament, comes up with a chance to bat in his first run of the Copa Mundial. 2 curveballs there to Mkubwa. He hit the second one in play. Mafole here has a talent for showing up in unexpected spots. Let's see if he'll do so again. First pitch to him. Hits one into center field, and it lands. Kwame Mafole has done it again, showing why the Navegadores were so happy to get him. It's a run-scoring symbol, and the Sultanes lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Felix Bucar comes up. He was one of the successors to Mafole as a utility player for the Naves. He's 2 for 8 on the day, 2 on and 1 out, and the Sultanes could be in business here. Dismantled Bermudez at 15 pitches in this inning. Bucar hits one to right field. It's all the way at the wall. Caccio has it, and Kubwa will run to third. He'll be easily safe there with 2 outs. Hisham Naji, the catcher, comes up. He's 0 for 1 in the tournament. I think this is the first day we're seeing backup catchers get used. Ziad Mazin of Gaza has usually been the catcher for the Sultanes, but Naji is stepping in, certainly the veteran. Let's see what he brings to the table with 2 on and 2 out. The Venezuelans failed to score in this very same position. Naji, with a 2 out, 2 on call, is going to ground out to short. Torres has it, throws to Sagastume, and the side is retired. But we're through 2 innings, and the Sultanes are in the lead. They're up 1-0. Quick check around the league tells us that the Internacionales are having their way with Steven Worsnop. He's through just 4 outs, and he's given up 4 earned runs, 3 walks, hasn't struck out anybody. John Anderson currently up to bat with 1 out and men on second and third after Joka Jeftic doubled, scoring Angelopoulos. Cuba ahead 2-1 against the Roses in the top of the second. Connor McDonald, though, has just singled for England, putting a man on first with 1 out, with Ewan Drummond coming up next. Noe Valerio threw 4 outs, 1 earned run and 1 walk. And Haiti, and Mexico currently locked in a 0-0 tie. Haiti has 2 hits, one of which is Francois Bellet just doubled against Jairo Canseco. He's through, I believe that is 7 outs, having allowed no walks and 2 strikeouts. Thomas Larue is coming up next with that man on second, an 0-1 count and 1 out. Speaking of the third inning, we're in the top of the third. Bulos Haroun, 23 pitches over 2 innings with 3 hits. He's bending but not breaking, as here comes Marco Dueñas, 1 for 1 on the day. He doubled to right center field, and this time he lines it down left field. Kubwa has it, makes the catch, and boy, he's all over this game today. That's out number 1. A splitter from Haroun there. Good pitch, better hit. At least if you like left field defense, which we certainly do in the booth. Here comes Celedonio Torres, 0 for 1 on the day. 1 out, bases empty. Popped up to first base, and looks like he'll do it again the other way this time. Third base, Mafole has it, closes his glove, and that fastball didn't do much for him. 2 outs, bases empty. Here comes Bonifacio Cacho, who's 0 for 1. 2 balls, no strikes, and it's Cacho who comes through with a 2-out base hit here. Puts it into left field, and he'll be on base. I'd be shocked if they don't challenge Naji's arm. He's got a pretty good one, but Cacho's a fast runner. Let's see what they try to do. Some aggressive base running would be in order here. Chavez at the plate here. He's 0 for 1. Haroun taking advantage of the splitter and sinker to set up his fastballs. 1-1 count. Chop to short. Easy for Rafiq, who throws to second. And this top frame is over. Another hit, and yet the Vinotintos cannot get a man around. The Sultanes will get another chance. The top of their lineup, Diarra, Kapkin, and Adel, going up against Bermudez, who is through 2 innings on 29 pitches, 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 walk. Diarra bounced out to the shortstop. Here he's going to put one into center field, but it's catchable by Dueñas. Got almost too much air underneath that one. Fastball first pitch swinging, smart, exactly where he needed it to be. Here comes Kapkin, he's 0 for 1. He flew out to second base last time. Here he draws a walk as the sinker misses low and inside on him. Adel, the second switch hitter in the top 3 for the Sultanes, comes up 0 for 1 on the day. Oh ho! Kapkin breaking for second, and he's got his first steal of the tournament there. Challenges the catcher, and he's easily in ahead of Ramirez's throw. With a man in scoring position and a 2-1 count, let's see what Adel's able to do. He goes to a full count, and he splits the gap in right center field. Teferi Adel coming in hot for his ball club, raising that batting average with what I believe to be an RBI double. Kapkin scores easily. And the Sultanes shock the Vinotintos. They were ahead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Here comes Rafiq, who's still 0 for 6, but he has drawn a couple walks here and there to keep his on-base percentage. What a great at-bat from Otto. Coming in from the left side and just forcing Bermudez to throw in the zone. That curveball was rocketed. Let's see if Rafiq can follow that up. On the 1-1 count, no, he cannot. I think it's safe to say he chops it to second base. Marco has it, throws to Sagastume. Rafiq is out, and Adel makes it to third. Here comes Sicard. He's already got 3 hits. Can he make it happen again? He tried a sack bunt last time. That option is not available. The Sultanes could come out of this inning up 3-0. 1-1 count. And I think that's where we'll leave it. He pops up. Marco runs in from second base. But the Sultanes get another run. They are now ahead 2-0. Even if Sicard kind of ended things on a whimper with that fastball pop-up. As we're through 3 innings, Venezuela already planning, or I hope anyway, planning to get back into this game. Bulos Haroun back out, 35 pitches over 3 innings, 4 hits allowed. Here comes Ramon Alvarez, who's 0 for 1. On the 1-0 count, another one right to Mkubwa in left field. He's got it. Out number 1. Haroun, using all of his setup balls effectively, will now face Marco, who's 1 for 1. He's gotten a hit in this very game. And on the 2-2 count, he chops. Rafiq has it, turns, throws, and Marco is out by a few steps there. Another cutter, sinker, splitter. Every verb you can think of is getting used here. Here comes Sagastume, who's 0 for 1. 0-1 count to him. And he comes through. Another 2-out base hit for the Vinotintos. So far, none of them have resulted in much, but here we go. Diogenes Ramirez looking to change that. He's gotten a hit in this game, so we know he can hit off of Haroun. And Naji, challenged there by Sagastume. He gets in under the tag. That's his first stolen base of the tournament, and he is not a particularly fast runner, but he's a smart one. Well done. Here comes Diogenes Ramirez to try and extend this at-bat. On the 0-2 count, lifts it into center field. Sicard's got it. Turns, throws. Sagastume trying to score. And he's safe. It's an RBI single. The Sultanes still in the lead, but the Venezuelans have cut it in half and have the tying run in position. Oh, Ramirez didn't take second base on that one. Surprised. 3 sinkers from Haroun there. 3 sinkers outside the strike zone. Wasn't that movie with Francis McDormand and Sam Rockwell in it? Here comes Baltasar Santos, who's 0 for 1. Lined out to right field. Here, he's going to land one in left. Kubo has it, cuts it off. And they are in business. Ramirez taking second for the top of the lineup. Marco Dueñas could put them ahead, but he has yet to get a hit with a man in scoring position, although apparently he's had an RBI. 2 on and 2 outs. 1-0 count. Dueñas swings it and swats it into right field. The bases are loaded with 2 outs for Bulos Haroun, who's suddenly at 51 pitches. He's got to get an out from Celedonio Torres, who has faced this situation and not gotten a hit. Let's see what Haroun chooses here, as pretty much all of his pitches have been hit. It's a 2-1 count. Torres hits it into right field, but it lands in Bucar's glove. So the side is retired. The Vinotintos were out hitting their opposition 8 hits to 3. Had to put 4 of those together to score a run and strand the bases loaded. In the bottom of the 4th, the Sultanes have an immediate chance to respond against Bermudez, who is through 3 innings on 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and faces Mkubwa, Mafole, and Bucar. Mkubwa at 1-1 on the day. That was a fastball, by the way, that Haroun chose. I guess sometimes the easy ways are best. Mkubwa there launches it into left field on a big arc. Easy for Chavez. He's got it. First pitch swinging on that fastball. Here comes Mafole, who came through with a run batted in. He's 3 for 6, 1 for 1 on the day. He gave the Sultanes their first run of the game. Here, another big arc, but also very catchable for Caccio. Catchable for Caccio. That'll be out number 2. The bases will remain empty for Felix Bucar, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Can he do any better? Bermudez having a hell of a rebound inning. Just 4 pitches so far. And it looks like Bucar's going for the first pitch. Well, I'll be damned. It's successful. He bounces one up the middle to Dueñas in center field, and Naji comes up with another chance. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Can he do something with a man on first and 2 outs? 0-1 count. Najee hits one down the right field line, but not far enough away from catcher position. He's got him. We are through 4 innings. The score remains 2-1 for the Sultanes. As that sinker, Najee hit it where it should have gone, but unfortunately couldn't get it past the right fielder. Quick check around the Copa over here. Haiti has taken a 1-0 lead against El Tri. Jairo Canseco has allowed his first earned run. Looks like it was a sacrifice fly from Navegadores prospect Francisco Boucher. Alexis Jacques scored, and now Francois Bellet, who already has a hit on the day, is up with 2 outs and currently has a hitter's count on Canseco. He struck out 4. Sad to see what Canseco's really kind of slowed down this year. Well, the Welsh are not taking that line down. They're still down, but it's 6-3 now. The Internacional, 6 hits to Idregia Cumri's 7. Los Europe's committed an error. Steven Worsnop threw, once again, that's 7 outs, has allowed all 6 earned runs, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. He just got Ralph Vindish to line out and will now face Aloyzio Piro, who's taken his first cuts of this game with the bases empty and that 1 out. And Cuba holding on to a slim 1-run lead in the bottom of the 3rd against England. Fernando Jaramillo just lined out. Dane Grant threw 8 outs, 3 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, faces Spike Stonehand, who is 0 for 1 on the day. He's got a chance at scoring, or batting in rather, an insurance run here from 3rd. It's the top of the 5th, and Bulos Harun on 55 pitches will face Cacho, Chavez, and Alvarez. Cacho is 1 for 2 on the day. Harun has allowed 8 hits, but just 1 earned run over his 4 innings. Cacho, 1-1 count, grounds out to short. Rafik has it in plenty of time to throw to first, and that's out number 1, a cutter that time. Here comes Inocente Chavez, yet to get a hit in today's game. Base is empty and 1 out for him, and he'll do it. That's his first base hit of the day. It's sent up the middle. Chavez with a single, and I'm guessing soon a steal attempt. He brings up Alvarez, who's over 2 with the tying run on first and 1 out. Alvarez takes what should have been a hitter's count and flies out to center field for out number 2, Sicard. Harun really tricking them with the fastball so far, using it in situations where he badly needs that out. Here comes Markle, who's 1 for 2 on the day. 1-1 count. Oh, hello! Inocente Chavez does take off for second, and Najee guns him down. The Vinotintos yet again get a hit and no more in a top frame here. The Sultanes remain in the lead, and their top of the lineup gets to go again against Disibolo Bermudez. 56 pitches over 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. Omar Diarra still looking for his first hit of the night. He's over 2. And he goes after a first pitch swing once again, and once again, no good result there. Cazio running all over right field, but he makes the grab just over the foul line. Good play from the Venezuelan right fielder. Unpredictable curve on that ball. It would have landed foul, so the at-bat would have continued. Here comes Latif Kapkan. He's 0 for 1, former Guidista organization stalwart, who went over to San Germán. On the 3-1 count, he chops to Markle at second. He's out easily at first. 2 outs. The bases remain empty for Adol, who's 1 for 2 with a ribby on the day. He, of course, that double is what made it Sultanes 2-1, as he makes it on base with a 2-out base hit, a single. I don't think Adol's a particularly fast runner. He is not, so they'll have to rely on Rafik's bat. And as we've already established, Rafik has yet to get a hit in the Copa. Can he do it here? It's a 1-2 count. Swings it, lifts it into the air, but it's an easy catch for Inocente Chavez. And it's the Sultanes' turn to get a hit and nothing else. A curveball up high. Rafik maybe misjudged exactly where it would break and could not get over it enough. You've got good game planning, by the way. Look at how solid this grouping is. Everything away. They knew exactly how they were going to pitch to him. Here comes Haroon to face Gonzalo Marco, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Haroon is at 67 pitches through 5, 9 hits, 1 earned run. In some ways, truly a heroic performance we're seeing here. Top of the 6th inning as Marco puts up his second base hit of the night. Another nice little single up the middle. 10 hits now for the Vinotintos. Is this the moment they cash in? So they've got a man on first with no outs. Here comes Sagastume. He's 1 for 2 as well. Sagastume goes for the sac bunt. Haroon has it, throws to second, and they get the leadoff runner. Incredible work by Haroon. Immediate turn there and throw, getting the lead runner out by a step or two. That's a big-time defensive play from the pitcher there. It enables him to face Diogenes Ramirez, who's already gotten 2 hits off of him, with some confidence here. Even if he's got the tying run on first and 1 out, Ramirez obliges him. He goes to center field, and Sicard even tries to make a play back to first and end the inning right there. It doesn't work, but that was quick heads-up baseball. Here comes Baltasar Santos. Got a hit on the day. Is he going to get one again? Yes, he will. Rafiq can't quite corral that ball. And there will be men on first and second. The go-ahead run making it on base. First pitch swing on a cutter by the righty Santos. Duenas, the lefty, comes up looking for his 3rd hit of the night with 2 on and 2 outs. This is where the game might turn. 1-0 count. Duenas cracks it hard, but not past Lampervu's glove. He makes the catch on the run, and the Vinotintos have once again stranded their runners. Unbelievably. Through 6 innings, they've managed to score 1 run. One of the most vaunted lineups in the entire tournament. Disibolo Bermudez at 71 pitches over 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. Not a strikeout yet. Will face Sicard, Ukubwa, and Mafole. Sicard has yet to get a hit. He's got a sac bunt on the day. Last time he popped out to center, and this time it's a swat into left field. Off the end of the bat, a sinker he sent over there. Launched it on a perfect line angle over the 3rd baseman. A 5-pitch at bat there. Here comes Kubwa, who's already got a hit. His first of the Copa, with a man on first and no outs. Can they take advantage here? 2-2 count. That is launched into left field, but it's an easy catch for Chavez. Not quite at the track. Out number 1. Another good AB, not ending well. Mafole comes up. He's 1 for 2 with a ribby. Let's see what he'll do here. Rolls it to 3rd. They'll get the out at first of Mafole, but Santos to Sagastume. Sicard will make it to 2nd. Big time run from Mafole there. Tried to say Abrumador and Mafole at the same time, charging down the first baseline to attract the throw. And give Felix Bucar a chance to extend the inning. He's 3 for 10, 1 for 2 on the night. Has an insurance run on second base. He'd sure like to bring around to score. 2 outs for him. He hit to center last time. This time he tries to left, but Chavez has it sized up all the way. We're through 6 innings. Good defense from Venezuela there to get out of the situation, and we remain on a tight rope. 2-1 for the Sultanes with 3 innings to go. Well, the Roses are up 7-3 against the Leones Caribeños de Cuba in the bottom of the 4th. Connor McDonald just finished the top half of the frame by striking out swinging, and Dane Grant, who is through 3 innings, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, will face, to begin the bottom half of the frame, 41-year-old designated hitter Jeremias Lopez, who's 0 for 1 on the night. Haiti now leading Mexico 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Ilongui has allowed no earned runs as a walk and a strikeout through 5 innings. Miguel Villanueva just singled to put 2 on with no outs for Mexico in the bottom of the 6th. They've got 4 hits altogether to Haiti's 7. And Hector Sanchez, who's 0 for 1 on the day, comes up, so this score could get interesting by the 8th. And Wales has chipped away another run. They are down 6-4 and up 9-7 in hits. Joka Jeftic will start what I believe to be the top of the 5th against Steven Worsnop, who's still allowed 6 earned runs and 3 walks over 6 over 3 innings. The Eftage is 1-for-1 with a ribby. Morgan Staff just grounded into a double play to end it for the Welsh. Top of the 7th, Haroon, 75 pitches over 6 innings, 11 hits, 1 earned run. Celedonio Torres, 0-for-3. And if you're Haroon, you are walking on a string at this point. You know that any moment, everything could go wrong. You're relying on an excellent defense behind you to perform run prevention. You can't do it at the plate. Torres, who's 0-for-3 here, pops over to second base. Kapkin has it. It's out number 1. And so far, your defense has more than rewarded you. Cazio, 1-for-3 on the day. 1 out, bases empty. He'll take Haroon to a full count before he splits the gap in right center field. That'll be down for extra bases. Should be an easy double. Maybe they'll try to challenge the card and get a triple out of it. They do. And the tying run is on third with just the 1 out. That's a second triple of the Copa after a 7-pitch at-bat. Haroon's fastball fails him for the first time tonight, and it's Inocente Chavez, who's 1-for-3 on the day, got a chance to tie this game right here. 1 out. Tying run 90 feet away, and Chavez, 2-1 count. Unbelievably, it's a ground out to second. Kapkin has it, turns, throws to first. Chavez out after Kapkin made sure to check whether the runner would break for home. He didn't. So they'll just get the 1 out, and Haroon may have a shot here as well. Alvarez, 0-for-3 on the day. 2 outs, man on third. Is this where it goes wrong for the Sultanes? It's a 1-1 count. Alvarez lined out last time, and here he flies out to left field. Cuba has it. And unbelievably, Bulos Haroon has danced his way out of trouble for 7 frames, allowing just 1 run against a team that tends to score him in bunches. We head into the bottom of the 7th. Venezuela remains behind 2-1. The Sultanes lead off with Hisham Naji in the bottom of the 7th. He's 0-for-2 on the night against Disibulo Bermudez. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 85 pitches. Naji flew out to right field last time on the line. This time he is not making that mistake. Hits it to right center on a rocket. Should be aboard with at least a double. He slides into second base with a 2-base hit. And the Sultanes in business right away. A high sinker away. He smashes it. And Diarra comes up. He's 0-for-3. Got a chance here to redeem himself, perhaps. Done not well so far tonight. 0-1 count. Naji with a daring steal of third, and he is safe. That's his first of the tournament. Boy, I don't know. If I'm Hisham Naji, I've stolen, a total of 21 bases on 43 attempts in my career up until now. This evens me out for my entire career, and I stole third. I put an insurance run 90 feet away on a very daring base running call. That's kind of incredible there. Really just took advantage of the unexpected for Diarra. 2-1 count. Diarra hitting it deep into left field. Let's see if they try to run Naji on that one. They do. The Sultanes will be ahead 3-1 as he goes in standing up. Easy score for the Sultanes, putting it together. A double, a very nice heads-up steal of third, and a sac fly. So base running and situational hitting combined. Of course, if you're Diarra, you're probably mad that changeup down the middle, you couldn't hit that for a base hit of your own. But hey, your team's ahead 3-1. What do you have to complain about? Here comes Latif Kapkin, who's 0-for-2. Base is empty on 1 out. Kapkin with a bouncer. Seen a lot of those in this one so far. And he runs out the infield single. Latif with his superior speed there. The Baltimore chop ends up working for him. I wonder if it's still called the Baltimore chop in LMP verse. I'll have to get back to you on that. Ado, with already 2 hits, comes up with a runner on first and 1 out. He's got a ribby on the day. On the 1-1 count, he hits one past Caccio, who dove the wrong way. He's going for third. It's going to be an RBI triple. The Sultanes will be ahead 4-1 after that. Adol, with what I have to imagine is his first triple of the tournament, puts the Sultanes up 4-1. He's responsible for 2 of their runs getting scored. If you're Bonifacio Cacho, you've got to be pretty mad at yourself on that, even though it's the first mistake you've made in the field all game long, really. Here comes Bassem Rafiq with a chance to make it a 5-1 ball game, if he can get some kind of base hit here. Or a sac fly, I suppose. Which is not what he's going to do. That is way too short for Chavez. He pulls it in and it's 2 outs. He hit a low changeup and didn't quite get enough under it for the curve. So there'll be a man on third with 2 outs for Sicard, who's already got a hit today on the 1-2 count. Hits it down the third baseline, and I believe that's going to be an error that'll score the run. He hits it to third. Santos has it, and on the jumping throw, leaves Sicard safe at first, and a run scored by Adol. The Sultanes are up 5-1 here in the bottom of the 7th and show no signs of stopping. They've gotten all of the baseball gods on their side tonight. Kubwa is up. He's 1 for 3 on the day. 2 outs and a man on first for him. Attempt to steal there. Sicard should be easily there. His second steal of the tournament. Beautifully done. He's in scoring position. See here, Kubwa is 1 for 2 with Rispies in the tournament so far. And on the 1-1 count. Hits that one hard, hits that one deep. Is that going to be catchable? It will not. It rolls all the way to the wall. That'll be down for extra bases, and Teshome Mkubwa has given his ball club a 6-1 lead. Chavez has to make the relay throw as it's the second triple of the inning for the Sultanes. They score 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. And they are now very close in terms of hits. They are 12-10. Venezuela's advantage shaved down to a razor's edge. And it looks like that'll be enough. They're going to pull Bermudez, and now pitching for the Vinotintos de Venezuela. From the Malditos de Naguabo, it's number 1, Aniceto La Chataniere. He's got, let's see what his inventory looks like. He's got a fastball, sinker, and splitter. They've been working hard on getting a new pitch into that arsenal. Very much on this lineup, in this staff, I should say, very much a mop-up guy. I wonder if this is Venezuela making their intentions clear. But here comes Mafole with a man on third and 2 outs. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He's got a ribby. Chataniere, a lefty, gives up a walk to his first batter to face Bukhar, his teammate, who's 1 for 3. 0-1 count. And Bukhar wastes no time in letting his teammate know who's boss. That'll score another run. Kubo will take home plate on that. It's an RBI single as Mafola takes second, and the Sultanes are now up 7-1. 5-run bottom of the 7th for the other boys in green, I suppose. As here comes Hisham Naji, who got everything started with a double. Would he care to hit again here? 1-1 count. He does. He puts it through. That should easily score 1 run. Will it even score 2? Good throw from Chavez in left field, and it's going to be a simple double. Naji standing as he goes in. It's 8-1. He's now scored and batted in a run in the same inning on 2 hits. And the Sultanes have officially batted around 6-run. Bottom of the 7th here to put this game almost completely out of doubt. 2 on and 2 outs for Diarra, who's over 3. Bit worse against lefties, it turns out. Let's see what that does for him. What that does is it enables him to drop that one for his first base hit all game against the wall in left field. And La Chataniere really having trouble getting out of this inning, as that is yet another triple by the Sultanes here to score 2 more runs. Bukhar and Naji score. He scored his 2nd run of the inning, and they extend their lead to 10-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. The Sultanes, I think it's safe to say, maybe we expected a victory when it was 2-1, but this is a massacre. It brings up Latif Kapkan, who's 1 for 3 on the day. 2 outs, man on third. 1-2 count for him. Swings on that one, hits it into right field. Cacho looking for it. He's got it. And after all, it was him who was unable to stop much of that inning from happening when he chose the wrong route on a ball. The Sultanes strike for 8 runs in the bottom of the 7th, and they are now ahead 10-1. Good at-bats all around against both pitchers, and the Venezuelans now, basically, what are they going to do? We're going to see if there's anything going on in these other games. It looks like the Internacional are still up 6-4 in the bottom of the 5th. Seidel, 4 2/3 innings, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Slater has ground out just now to make it a 2-out inning. Scott Blackmore, who's 1-1 with a ribby, has 2 balls and no strikes on him. England has just scored their 8th run off of new pitcher Rodrigo Garcia from Cienfuegos, who is through 1 inning, having allowed that earned run, a walk and a strikeout. Corky Crampton doubled in Ewan Drummond, so he's on second with 1 out for Rob the Speed Bump Johns. And lastly, ID, still leading Mexico 5-2 now in the top of the 8th. Jairo Canseco just made Abdelkrim Renard pop out. Alexis Jacques, who is 2 for 3 with a ribby, will face him next. Canseco, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Marco, Sagastume, and Ramirez face Haroon, who's got a lot of confidence now, walking out with 7 innings, 91 pitches, 12 hits, 1 earned run. Marco, 2 for 3 on the day. Let's see what Haroon tries to do here. He gets the first strikeout by either team. 5-pitch at bat before he gets him to swing through that cutter. It's Haroon's first K of the night. He'll face Sagastume, who's 1 for 3. 1 out, bases empty. And Sagastume, 2-0 count, chops it to second base. Captain has it, throws to first, and that's out number 2. Diogenes Ramirez coming up next. He's 2 for 3 with a ribby. 2 outs, bases empty. He could at least try and make things a little more fun for everybody. Nope. He chops it to Mafole, who has all the time in the world to throw to first. Enough, in fact, that Adol nearly fails to catch it and still gets it in time. A fastball down the middle, and they can't do anything with that. Haroon really has had all of the bad luck today. So here comes Aniceto La Chataniere in the bottom of the 8th. He has the unique, unenviable distinction of having pitched 1 out, allowed 3 hits and 3 earned runs. So his ERA is currently 81, has 1 walk and no strikeouts as he faces Teferi Adol, who is 3 for 4 with 2 ribbies, Basim Rafiq, and Francois Sicard. Adol has batted in 6 runs over the course of this tournament, including one that he drove in last time, and here he's got another hit on the night. He'll hold on with a single. It's the 14th hit for the Sultanes, and that is his 4th hit. Teferi Adol has a 4-hit game here in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Basim Rafiq, who is 0 for 3, still looking for his first hit, as the rain finally starts to fall here. 0-1 count, and, well, there you have it. Basim Rafiq gets his first base hit of the Copa Mundial. Looks like it'll be down for 2 bases. And men on second and third here as Chavez throws the ball back in a hurry. Nasha Tanyere already in more trouble. Men on second and third with no outs, and they show no signs of letting up. Here comes Francois Sicard, who's 1 for 3. 0-1 count. Chop to short. Torres tries to throw home, realizes there's no way he's going to stop that runner. And instead throws to first. Adol scores. The Sultanes are ahead 11-1. Man still on second with 1 out for Mukubwa, who's got 2 hits now on the night. Last inning, he, of course, had that triple. This time, boy, looks like that's an infield single. Torres gets it, but he can't make the out happen. It's an infield hit. Cuba has his 3rd hit of the night, and he's improved his batting average to a semi-respectable 231. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Mafole, who's 1 for 3. 0-1 count. Hits it up the middle, past Torres. That's going to score another run, and the Sultanes are up 12-1. Like I said, all of that bad luck has been for the Sultanes. They've gotten lucky on pretty much every hit in the last 2 innings. They've now scored 10 runs in the 7th and the 8th and look to threaten to do more. as the Venezuelans pull La Chatanera and replace him with fellow lefty from the Caballeros de Merida, number 44, Ambrosio Artayet. He'll face Bucar and Naji at the very least. Unless, of course, they get some kind of double play here. Bucar is 2 for 4 on the night, 2 on with 1 out. Artayet on the 2-2 count. Bucar chops it to third. They go to second for 1. They go to first for the other. And they do indeed get that double play. Santos to Marco to Sagastume, but not before the Sultanes put 4 more hits and 2 more runs across. All fastballs to Bucar, and he kind of fell for it. Dang. A 2-2 count there to get him out. Let's take one last check around the league. Mexico, if they can get out of this one, they have a shot. Francois Belay just struck out swinging. It's Canseco's 9th strikeout of the night. But Nahu is up. He's 1 for 4, 2 outs. Base is empty. And then Mexico has to make a 2-run deficit up in their bottom of the 9th. They are behind in hits as well. Wales in the bottom of the 6th is within a run now. They are up 11 hits to 9. Europe has made 2 errors, and Saito, through 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 walks and 1 strikeout, is going to face Anthony King, who's already got 2 hits today. Jacques Centur, our old friend, just grounded out to end the top half of the frame. Notre ancien ami is what I meant to say. And in the bottom of the 5th, England's still up 8-3 over Cuba, 12-6 on hits, like a good curveball. Dane Grant, 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Charles Wilson just popped out to end the top half of the frame. Might say that was Charles Wilson's war. Pablo Niño comes up in the bottom of the 5th to lead things off. He's got a hit on the night. And speaking of hits, the Vinotintos are going to need approximately, I would estimate, 20 of them to make up the runs. It is unbelievable how the Sultanes have corralled them all game. Haroon kept them in the game, dancing his way out of trouble, expecting his defense to make the plays that they could make, until finally they exploded for those 12 runs. Beautiful work from the pitcher, whom you'll remember came into this game as the disadvantaged one. Santos, 2 for 3 on the day. Haroon, 8 innings, 105 pitches, 12 hits, 1 run, and 1 strikeout. Santos, as one of the last 3 chances, pops up. Exactly what you didn't want to see, and it's Bassem Rafiq who grabs it for out number 1. Here comes Marco Duenas, 2 for 4 on the day. Longer at bat here for sure, 2-2 count, and Duenas punches that one, pardon me, over Kapkin's head for a base hit to make things a little bit more interesting. Celedonio Torres comes up next, 0 for 4 on the day, a reliable out for Haru. Can he do it again? As Torres, who popped out to second base here, cracks one to Rafiq, and they'll get the out at second. Captain can't make the relay, but that means Bonifacio Cacho comes up as the last chance for his ball club. He's 2 for 4. 2 outs, man on first. 1-2 count. He strikes out. Bonifacio Cacho strikes out to end the game. Bulos Haroon with a splitter for his 2nd K of the night, and the Sultanes beat Venezuela 12-1 here on day 6 of the Copa Mundial. What a game from these 2 teams, but mostly the Sultanes, who are a real surprise. They were not expected to do nearly this well in this competition. Abulos Haroon pitching a complete game, allowing 13 hits, off of which they only got 1 run, is the definition of pitching to contact. Ice in his veins. He basically never lost his cool, always let his defense make the plays they needed to make, and in return they gave him a lineup where everyone got a hit, including especially Teferiato, player of the game, who got 4 hits, scored 2 runs, and batted in 2 more. 3 runs batted in as well by Omar Diarra over the course of the game, and you've also got 2 runs batted in by Mafole. Multi-hit gains also by Kubwa with 3, Mafole with 2, Bucar with 2, and Naji with 2, who scored 2 runs of his own. On the other side of things, it's not like the Venezuelans were devoid of offense. 13 hits, including 3 from Duenas, 2 from Cacho, 2 from Marco, 2 more from Ramirez, and from Santos. So the bottom of the lineup did try to show up. But when for some reason they just could not get guys around third base. We've got today game day 6 and then game 7 we are going to skip. So by the time we come up for Friday night stream, we are going to be on game day 8 for República Dominicana against the Internacional. And then we'll record game 9, which will be ID against the Neptunes. Don't remember. I believe ID is visiting, but it might be they might be the home team. Either way, at that point we'll have finished off all the teams, and then there will be a couple more days so that we can decide the playoff standings. If you're a patron, expect a poll as soon as we get there on which games we should prioritize for broadcast. But until then, as always, this has been Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. These Copa Mundial games have been some of the most fun to broadcast, to bring to you, because you literally, as our co host, the redoubtable Luisa, is famous for saying, never know what's going to happen. Baseball is the greatest sport in the world because the upsets are just a part of life here. Sultanes up 12-1 on game day 6. Wow, what a pleasure this was. Gente, gracias mil y Dios los bendiga.